Hi guys, it's Saf here. Hope you guys all doing well. I'm back with yet another video on gold, and we're gonna review the weekly chart and also the daily charts. As per last week, it did drop quite a lot on Monday, but then it recovered for the rest of the week, and actually our TPs were hit, and some of the other members also made some additional money trading further as well. So I wanted to quickly share the weekly chart of gold. As you can see, there was some very interesting two green candles that occurred for the last 2 weeks. It looks bullish for me because as you can see, the first candle finished up here at 208. And then the next candle went from all the way from 182 to all the way to 1126, and it finished up at 1217.59. I'm expecting a little bit of a drop initially, probably up till about this region, and then we go back up at least at 1230. At least at this level, I'm going to push it down. So roughly about, I reckon you probably will hit between this and this 135, between 230 and 235 easily. It looks like it's a bullish pattern on gold. So you just have to be careful. Just watch the action on Monday. Don't enter any orders on Monday. Just watch the action, see what happens. This may potentially come down as well up till here, up at this level. 206, 207 level, and then it might go back up again. But remember, guys, we are now in mid-October. There is a festival light in India, and this is historically gold has traded well and the prices have gone up because there will be a lot of buying in Asian countries, especially India. They usually buy quite a lot of gold during the festival of light. So just be careful when you guys trade. Don't short too much from this level as well. But yes, if it does the same thing what it did last Monday when it actually dropped all the way to 182 or 192, there is a possibility that may happen and one of the reasons why there was a massive jump in gold price also because all the stock markets dropped massively. So if you look at the Dow Jones, if you look at the S&P 500 and a few others, they all have dropped massively. And as a result, usually when this happens, when there is a panic in the markets, especially the equity markets, people tend to buy gold as a hedge trades because gold usually is considered as a safe haven commodity. So that can happen. So just be careful. If markets are calmed down and starts going back up again, then gold may be losing money and the price may come down up till these levels. So just be careful. Just watch what happens in the markets. That's the weekly chart. Also looking at the daily chart of gold, just to confirm what's going on. As you can see, there is some interesting. As you can see, that massive bull candle that actually went from pretty much from 191 all the way to 126. I mean, that was a massive bull run because the equity markets dropped badly on Thursday as well. That's one of the side effects. So gold actually gained a lot in price. Potentially, I am looking at these levels for the price to end next week if the bull market in gold continues. And you just have to watch it. Just be careful when trading. I probably will send a trade out. I'm trying to look at the same range that we took last week when we took roughly about over 100 pips, 120 pips out from gold. It was a good trade. I know some of you guys have had an SL and that closed you out, but most of us managed to get a lot of pips out of it. So just be careful. Just depending upon your account, just make sure that you guys have the right SL. If you have got like 2K accounts, then I suggest you have a larger SL. If you guys have like just £500 account, that I would suggest your SL should be very, very small, and you have to be very, very precise entering your trades. Or you trade a very, very small lot like 0.01 with £500 accounts. With 1K accounts, you usually do 0.02 or 0.05, and make sure that you guys have a, based on your account size, you guys have a correct SL. Sometimes this kind of action can happen in gold. I mean, it was pretty obvious what I saw last week when I said that gold prices will be going up, and the reason was that the price action on the weekly chart was pointing that this may actually happen. But obviously, initially on Monday, it really did drop big. As you can see, I saw this candle a week before, and I realized that this is an engulfing candle. So it engulfed the previous red candle. So I saw that, and I realized that, price of gold may be going up next week. And obviously, Monday wasn't a great day because it dropped quite a lot, but then it did a complete reversal all the way up for the rest of the week, which was, very encouraging for us. And we ended up being in a good trade, basically. So yeah, just keep watching it, and just make sure that you guys don't enter trades when you don't have to, and control your SLs. You guys can always do this. I mean, look, if the price drops considerably, you can have a small SL, like say 50 pips or 50 pips if you're willing to lose, and then wait for it to drop a little bit further down, and then enter it with a better price. You can do that as well. There are loads of ways of playing when you get closed out. Obviously, when you get closed out, the idea is to make sure that then the next trade that you enter in the direction that you want to enter, you have to get at a better price, a much better price, and then that way you not only will be making money, but you will also be covering your initial loss, and then on top of that, you will have some pips to play with as well. So that's gold. Now I'm going to go to Aussie dollar. This one was an interesting patterns panned out here as well. As you can see on here. So Australian dollar has been on a weekly basis on a downhill turn all the way from pretty much roughly from from February all the way down. It's been dropping. So that potentially is a green candle that has formed. So any drop in here in price, if it comes to like 0.70500, that will be a buy signal for us. So you guys have to be a little bit careful, roughly around this region, or yeah, 500, 0.75, 0.70500. That's the price we need to enter, and then roughly about 0.71500. So we can easily gain 100 pips on this one. So I'm gonna go and take a trade in front of you guys. Actually, the market is currently closed, so it won't let me have a trade on IC markets. But yes, I would say I'll put out in our Telegram group Aussie dollar. So just keep an eye on that one. I believe this will be going up soon, because if the price of gold is going up, then Aussie dollar relies heavily on the price of gold to go up, and then it will continue to go up as well, and then have a good run. So right now the prices are at a very, very low. As you can see, if I go down in history, as you can see, it's only like from past 3 years, it only has been at this level pretty much from 2015. That's when it last was at this level. So just as you can see how low the prices have come for Aussie dollar, right? And as you can see where it was before, MACD or RSI is actually also pointing us to be, right now it's 33, so it's closer to the oversold condition. So just be careful. Let the market come to you rather than you chasing the market. right? So be careful. I'll send you guys an order on Aussie dollar. We will be roughly about 0.70500. Take it about 0.2 lots, and then we're looking at 0.71 or 0.71500 or 0.72, which is about 100 to 150 pips. That's what we're trying to take out from the markets. Potentially, with the price of gold going up, Aussie dollar will also go up as well, and slowly will start its recovery back. And if it does go well, I'm expecting it to be around this region, 0.75. There's nothing stopping Aussie dollar to be reaching that unless Donald Trump comes and puts further tariffs on Chinese exports, which heavily relies on Australian raw materials. So that's Aussie dollar for you. New Zealand Kiwi USD was a interesting one as well. Actually, exactly the same thing. Actually went to 0.65, 0.66. As you can see, exactly the same level. It hasn't dropped up till this level since 2016. So just be careful, guys. There's a potential here that it may kind of slide down further to 0.64 levels. So, or 0.64 levels. So we just have to be a little bit careful, and we can enter at 0.64 level, because that's one of the support levels. As you can see from here, there is a support at this region. So if I draw something like this here, it did drop all the way here and it moved up from here. So as you can see, there is a support level from here, and we can then take a trade. So let's wait and watch what happens. If it drops on Monday, then be prepared to take the trades for the rest of the week. It's not going to drop till here. We already have an order at this region, I believe, which was a long-term order in case it reaches here. And then it will definitely go up. As you can see, even the New Zealand dollar hasn't been this low for a long time. So USD at some point will be correcting itself. And as you can see, the daily charts, it has played around well. So, and it slowly started moving up, as you can see. But my concern for Kiwi USD is this price action here. As you can see, it has done 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks here in a space of 5 days, which is a bit of a bearish setup, and this could potentially come down this way, or we just have to watch it on Monday, basically. This is like at a critical junction in the market for New Zealand USD. So just be careful when you guys trading. Wait for it to drop. I mean, we can easily take it up till at this region, 0.65. Actually, no, 0.64 region. That's what I'm interested in. So here, 0.64 up till this region, basically. I'm actually looking at 1 hour. I wanted to look at one daily charts. Yeah, so we're pretty much looking at around 0.64 region. And if it continues to come down, next level down here, I'm expecting a candle possibly will come down at this region and then will go up. So let's wait for the prices to drop. Let the market come to us, and then we will decide, and we will enter orders accordingly and wait for the kill. Okay, so Euro USD, this will be an interesting one again. I'm also particularly looking at the weekly one again on Euro USD. The reason why is there's lots going on in Europe right now, with the situation in Italy, in Greece, and also the Brexit situation with UK. So potentially Euro might go up, potentially Euro might drop big. So I want to avoid trading in Euro USD unless you guys are doing scalping. I know you guys, a lot of you guys are doing scalping daily basis. I wanted to see like the 5 minutes for scalping and see what the price action was. Not great. I mean, potentially this is showing me that's shoulder, that's head, and that's another shoulder building, and that means that's gonna come down up till here, roughly about 15. So if it drops around 1500, then we will enter the trade. Otherwise, we will not touch the trade at this current levels. And obviously that will be a buy trade around this level as well. So 350, 1.1530, that's the region I'm looking to enter. Possibly this will come down to like 30 or 30 or 25. If it comes to 25 region, then definitely we should enter a buy order at that point. GBP again, similar thing. GBP also fell. Interestingly, it fell from quite a big chunk, so roughly about 1.32. It went all the way to 1.32400, and then it continued to drop. So we just need to watch what the Brexit situation is. So avoid GBP USD unless it drops massively, and then we can think of entering, but not yet. Euro CHF, USD CHF. Again, this is an interesting level. If it goes up, I'm expecting to take the trades roughly at, if you look at the hourly chart, I am looking to enter around 0.99500 level and then let it drop. Although if you have a look at it, there's a big trend going up at the moment, so we just have to be a little bit careful. Let's see the weekly one, what the long term is telling me. Right, okay, the long term is still a bit unsure here at this level, so potentially it can come down, potentially can go up and hit this resistance of 1.00500, which is where we have the trades. I believe we entered the trade a limit order at this level that I mentioned last week. So if that happens, then it will play out well for us. And then we can short from that level and then have another 100 pips on it. USD CAD, I mean, this pretty much is a good action on weekly chart again. And I'm expecting this, because it's gone now over 50, I'm expecting to pretty much rise up till this level, 70, 75 level. So most probably the first one that we are interested in should be roughly about 1.32500. That's the level. And if it goes further, then obviously it's going to go up higher. So as you can see, there is a big trend going on from here. If I draw like this, pretty much it hit and then it's going up. So I'm expecting it to go up roughly about this region at least, and that will also occur. So it might, and also if I move it here and then change that, as you can see, the pattern is going up. It's hitting the lines and then dropping down again. So this potentially will do the same thing. It'll go up a little bit up to this region maybe, and then drop down. So we will put on hold on this one as well. Markets currently next week will be very interesting because the markets will be are in like a they still don't have any much direction. I mean, apart from gold, which is now showing clear direction. The rest of the G7 currencies are actually like, sometimes they're going up, sometimes they're going down. So at the moment, there is no clear indication of what's going to happen to the markets. USD JPY, again, same thing. It's kind of, as you can see, the action, it went all the way up and then it dropped, as expected, because this candle pretty much was a bullish, bearish candle and then a massive drop. So I'm expecting, as you can see, this is a big drop here. So I'm expecting this to drop further from here. So roughly about this region, maybe at least 11,111.500. And then possibly it might go up, but we have to watch the price action. As you can see here, there was a big continuous drop. It also have wicks here, which is encouraging because it's trying to go up, but then it drops down again. So if you want to enter it, probably I would recommend you to enter roughly about this region here. So it's 113.00. That's when we can enter. Depending upon what happens on Monday, and if the candle is another candle like this, then we know it's a continuation of going downwards. So we just have to watch the weeks and see how it reacts. This is very, very, I would say, not short zone for USD JPY. Most probably 12,500 as well. If you guys are scalping, you want to look at this level 12,500, 112,500, and then take it from there to downwards to like 112, 400 or 350. Take like 15 pips out. I know some of you guys do scalp, so with one lot or two lots, then that can be easily made. 150, 200 pounds can easily be made that way. But just watch it, how it reacts. Apart from that, I mean, we've covered the gold, the dollar index. I mean, as you can see, it's a bit interesting on dollar index as well. Price all the way went to 95,400, and then it dropped and then finished here. This potentially, there might be a candle if USD continues to go bullish next week. It potentially will come up at this region again, 95,500, or even roughly about this region, which is 95,800 region, and then it will drop down again. Potentially what it did here, as you can see, there are three or actually 4 bars which had on daily bars that had long wicks. That potentially was a bearish, and then it dropped big, and now it gone up a little bit. So although this is now pointing up over 50, but I believe this will be coming down this way. So we just have to, if you guys are trading this, then just ensure that you wait for the right movement and then short it. So that way you will get a better price entries. So apart from that, guys, enjoy your trading next coming week. Keep an eye on gold. Anything, if gold drops to like 1207 or 1204 region, then that's a buy sign. Just wait for it to drop at this level and then enter it, because you want to have some cushion in gold. And gold, usually, guys, yes, a lot of people say to me that, oh, we do scalp on gold and we make a lot of money scalping the gold. Yes, you can do that, but then you will get caught out, which is why I would recommend you trade gold on a long-term basis rather than very short-term, because at the moment the markets are very volatile, especially the equity markets. There's a massive drops. See, I probably can show you guys the S&P 500, SPS 500. As you can see, the price action, and look how it dropped from 294.40 to roughly about, this is a massive, over 200 pips dropped, and that potentially can continue. But as you can see, there was a price rejection here and it went back up. So it is interesting the way it dropped. And this is why gold suddenly, as you can see, because the equity markets dropped, the gold at the same level actually went up on Thursday. That was a massive point for us, that gold went on the opposite direction because all the equity indexes dropped. So Dow, DJY, that's the one. As you can see, pretty much the same thing, right? All the equity index had a massive drop. And look at this bar here. This is why it dropped. I mean, people do tend to ask me that how do you know if there will be a reversal on a given trend? And as you can see, the reversal does give you a clear indication. And look at this drop, and it pretty much had a massive wick, absolutely just very limited body, and then it continually drop down pretty much from there onwards. So as you guys can see, I mean, markets does give you clues sometimes. And if you have a look at this one here, it also reached 70 and pretty much dropped all the way down. Again here, it did have a quick drop of roughly about 500 pips here, for 50 pips, I believe. Yeah, so roughly about 50 pips here, and as you can see, hit 75 and it dropped. So it was continuously the Dow was continuously up on RSI, and as a result, it had to drop at some point, and then it did drop big, and then it now just gone a little bit up. So we have to watch what happens. Gold may potentially come down on Monday, so just be careful. Don't enter in current levels unless something bad happens in equity markets. Then it probably will go up, because gold is a safe haven for and can be used as hedging the trades. So that's it, guys, for this week. I will put the trades on our regular channel, and hope you guys subscribe to my videos on YouTube and my channel on YouTube, and I'll be putting more and more videos on my channel. That's it, guys. Thank you. Bye.